It appears that President-elect Donald Trump's legal team is trying to have Jack Smith's report censored. So Jack Smith's special counsel, in a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland sent on Monday, Trump's lawyers said that they were allowed to review the special counsel's report in the documents case where Trump had kept classified documents that he took from the White House in his bathroom, in the shower, probably in the toilet, you know, the lid that you lift off of it in the tank, you know, wherever, right? After he left office and then read it. And look, his lawyers threatened legal action to prevent this report from being released, which is kind of strange. Now, the motion filed late on Monday, the fourth anniversary of the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol. And it was the other case that Smith tried to bring against the now president-elect. Also asks Judge Eileen Cannon to bar Smith from his plans to release his 2-volume report. Now, I've got some bad news on that one for America. Not for him. Trump's lawyers argued that Smith's report amounts to little more than a politically motivated attack, and that making his public his findings in the classified documents case or the election interference case, Smith also would illegally interfere with Trump's presidential transition. That's their argument. How? Trump's already been certified as a winner. How could this affect his transition? Well, Trump's lawyer said that Smith's findings contain baseless attacks on other anticipated members of President Trump's incoming administration, which are an obvious effort to interfere with upcoming confirmation hearings. Well, maybe you should try to stop, you know, putting alleged criminals in your cabinet. No way, he can't. He can't. Now, attorneys for Trump's 2 co-defendants in the Mar-a-Lago case, the documents case, Walt Nauta and property manager Carlos de Oliveira, relied on a ruling from Judge Cannon that found that Smith was unlawfully appointed in asking her to block the report's release. So, oh yeah, no, Judge, I mean, you can't appoint Smith. I mean, that's so illegal. Or do you have rulings precedent on that? No, actually, we go completely contrary to the precedent, but I've ruled anyway because Donald Trump literally gave me this job, and I'm gonna do it, and that's what happened. Okay, now the final report, they write, relies on materials to which Smith, as disqualified special counsel, is no longer entitled access. Making his attempt to share such materials with the public is highly improper. Yes, sharing this information, that is highly improper. But, you know, the allegations of election interference and keeping classified documents and then refusing to give them back, that is not improper. But sharing the details of these alleged crimes, that is what is improper. Oh, okay. Smith's team, of course, responded with an early Tuesday morning filing saying the department can commit that the Attorney General will not release that volume to the public, if he does at all, before Friday, January 10th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Now, the reason that they use that date is because that's when Donald Trump gets sentenced in the New York hush money case. Yes, he has not escaped that, even though he actually won't be hit with any actual, like, no jail time, nothing like that. So it's a slap on the wrist. But nonetheless, it's one that is upsetting him quite a bit. So that's what it is. Hurts his feelings, big feelings, the biggest feelings. Now, Smith's team also appealed the ruling from Cannon that tossed the case against the 3 men, but because the case is still resting before the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, it's unclear whether Cannon actually had the power to take action in the case, but that didn't stop her anyway. As Tuesday afternoon, she issued an injunction to block the report until an appeals court in Atlanta decides what to do with it. So, yeah, she still, even though and this is a pattern with Judge Cannon. You know, not exactly sure what she can do, but she decides to do it anyway, all in an effort to defend and protect Donald Trump, because that's literally her job. That is why she was put in that position. So that said, while Smith's team has withdrawn charges against Trump, citing Justice Department policy against bringing charges against the sitting president, the case does remain ongoing for the two defendants. Trump's team writes in a letter to Garland, the draft report violates fundamental norms regarding the presumption of innocence, including with respect to third parties, unnecessarily impugned by Smith's false claims. Releasing the report to the public without significant redactions that would render its release meaningless would violate prohibitions on extrajudicial statements by prosecutors. This is particularly problematic with respect to ongoing proceedings relating to Waltine Nauta and Carlos de Oliveira, as well as others who Smith and his staff falsely characterized as co-conspirators in the draft report. So, look, here's the thing. Donald Trump himself, again, can't be charged for this, right? Just as co-conspirators, right? Because he was able to worm his way out of the charges, not by proving them wrong in court and fighting back, but by essentially winning a popularity contest. That's what voting is. Donald Trump was not proven to be innocent of these alleged crimes. And by the way, he also wasn't proven to be guilty of the charges, because we never had a trial. Whose fault is that? Again, blame Merrick Garland for some of that, but also Trump's team and the Supreme Court, which drug everything out to a point where, you had an election before you had a trial. And so that's what happened there. And as a result of this, of course, the charges were dropped due to a technicality, due to him being president of the United States. Now, that said, Cannon, as I mentioned before, she did drop the case because she said appointing the special counsel was unlawful, and the other one was stopped due to presidential immunity. But the report here, based on these letters and the fervency of which they're trying to prevent the release of the report, appears to be so damning that they cannot rebut it. They just want to bury it. And I think that's very interesting. Okay. Now, funny enough, Trump's legal team, in making this argument, actually argues that maybe you should have went to court. They write, Volume 1 of the draft report falsely asserts, without any jury determination, which you would get from court, that President Trump and others engaged in an unprecedented criminal effort, was head of the criminal conspiracies and harbored a criminal design. Likewise, Volume 2 asserts, without any supporting verdict, which you would get from a court, that Mr. Trump violated multiple federal criminal laws and that he and others engaged in criminal conduct. If you wanted to beat these charges, right, then I don't know, maybe you should have went to court and had this adjudicated instead of stalling. But look, no, the whole point here is to cover it up, okay, to make people forget about it, to legitimize Trump's alleged crimes, which you would need to do if your plan is to do more crimes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.